Every day, my dear, you are presented with opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. Life's path is never purely straight. It twists and turns, offering a tapestry of joys, challenges, and unexpected detours. Throughout this ever-evolving journey, you might find moments of bliss, times when laughter permeates the air and the warmth of the sun seems to grace you directly. Yet you will also face moments of difficulty when obstacles rise like tall mountains in front of you. During these times, remember that you are never alone. An angel stands right beside you, whispering words of gentle encouragement and offering you the quiet confidence to keep moving forward. Your angel, ever watchful and compassionate, seeks to remind you today of the transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the act of releasing the heavy weight that grudges and resentments place upon your spirit. Holding on to anger, hatred, or resentment ultimately only inflicts harm upon you. Such emotions, while understandably felt in the moment, can linger and seep into your mindset, impacting your mental, emotional, and even physical health. Remember, when you choose forgiveness, you effectively set yourself free from any energetic chains that hold you back, allowing you to move forward in a state of grace and acceptance. Forgiveness, however, can be easily misunderstood. It is not about pretending that hurtful actions never took place, nor is it about dismissing the pain or wrongdoing that occurred. Rather, it is an intentional decision to release the hold that negativity has over your life. The journey toward true forgiveness does not necessarily happen overnight. It often involves patience, reflection, and time for wounds to heal. You may need to navigate through waves of grief, anger, or betrayal before reaching a place of peace in your heart. This process demands self-honesty, the ability to recognize your own feelings fully, and the courage to release old hurts. Your angel stands ready to guide you through these emotions, offering spiritual strength as you confront each layer of your pain. In some cases, forgiveness extends beyond releasing anger toward others. It also requires forgiving yourself. We are all human, and part of being human is that we stumble along the way. We make choices that, in hindsight, might cause regret. We say things in anger or frustration that don't represent our truest nature. We might fail to rise to our best selves in moments of challenge. Yet none of these mistakes define who you are forever. Rather, they become life lessons, stepping stones that allow you to grow and transform. By turning the lens of forgiveness inward, you free yourself from toxic shame and open the possibility of self-compassion. Indeed, any attempt to move forward in grace is incomplete without first extending kindness to yourself. Your angel also reminds you of something important. Everyone is navigating life's complexities. Nobody has a perfect roadmap. People act according to their own beliefs, fears, and experiences. At times, their actions might be influenced by anger, miscommunication, or the misguided advice of others. This is why compassion is so integral to forgiveness. When you recognize that everyone is carrying a load of their own, everyone has insecurities, regrets, and dreams, it becomes easier to offer understanding to them. This doesn't mean you condone their hurtful actions, but rather that you see them as fellow travelers on the road of life. They too are learning and stumbling and rising once more. Now there is a matter your angel brings forth, a development that has understandably caused you pain and confusion. It seems someone you care about, a person significant to you, has blocked you from their contact list due to a rumor or piece of information shared by someone else. Specifically, a woman told them you are not loyal, and in response, your person felt compelled to cut off communication. It's natural for you to feel a mixture of shock, sorrow, and even anger. After all, being suddenly severed from someone you cherish is never easy, especially when it stems from misinformation or misunderstandings. Your angel encourages you to approach this situation, as painful as it may be, with compassion. There may be layers to why your person believed the rumor or why the woman conveyed such hurtful statements. Sometimes individuals act under the influence of fear, jealousy, or their own misunderstandings. They might have misinterpreted something, or they could have been reacting to incomplete truths. Without open dialogue, the seeds of confusion can grow into full-blown tangles of distrust. By inviting communication, you create a space where clarity can blossom and wounds can begin to heal. Rather than letting resentment fester, you can seek to open the lines of communication. Reach out, if possible, from a place of calmness and sincerity. If the conversation remains blocked or they refuse to speak, then choose to hold them in the light of compassion. Even if reconciliation seems unattainable right now, you can wish for their healing and peace. You do this not for them alone, but also for yourself, so that bitterness does not find a home in your heart. Forgiveness, remember, lifts your own spirit. It frees you from a destructive cycle of hurt. This doesn't mean you ignore your own feelings of pain. Quite the contrary. It's vital to acknowledge the depth of your emotions, to let yourself cry if you need to journal your thoughts, or share your heartache with a trusted friend or counselor. Acknowledging your vulnerability is part of the healing process. True forgiveness is never about numbing yourself or pretending everything is fine. Instead, it is the conscious act of releasing negativity so your soul can find peace and move forward unburdened. At times, we might feel compelled to internalize blame. We may repeatedly ask ourselves what we did wrong or how we could have changed things. Your angel wishes to remind you that other people's actions often stem from issues they carry within themselves. While self-reflection is always worthwhile, asking if there is any lesson or self-improvement to gain, do not weigh yourself down with guilt that does not belong to you. By choosing compassion, clarity, and direct conversation, if possible, you do your part in seeking a resolution or a peaceful conclusion. Should this person remain closed off, your angel invites you to see it as a fork in your life's journey. Sometimes relationships, or chapters of them, come to an end due to misunderstandings that cannot be resolved in the present moment. Although it can be painful, consider that parting ways might create space in your heart and life for new experiences, personal growth, or connections that serve your highest good. Life's tapestry is woven from both the presence and the absence of people we care about, teaching us resilience, patience, and deeper self-awareness. In all of this, never forget that you are deeply and unconditionally loved by your angelic guides. Your angel sees the bright spark within your soul and acknowledges your strengths. Even in your most challenging times, you have an unshakable reservoir of inner power. You can call upon divine guidance in moments of doubt or fear, whether through prayer, meditation, or quiet introspection. Opening yourself to spiritual support can help you find solace, renewed energy, and clarity of purpose. Ultimately, forgiveness is the key that unlocks the doors to freedom. Freedom from anger, from grudges, from the bitterness that can erode your happiness. By consciously deciding to let go, you reclaim your life's narrative and infuse it with compassion. Through forgiveness, you discover reservoirs of resilience you might never have known were there. While your angel acknowledges that the path may be difficult, the fruits of forgiveness, inner peace, renewed hope, and genuine openness to love are bountiful. Let this experience also become a gateway to self-reflection. Ask yourself what changes or improvements you can pursue in your life. Learn from the confusion, the miscommunication, and the pain. If necessary, seek counsel from friends, mentors, or professionals who can offer guidance and support as you heal. Remember, healing and growth rarely happen in isolation. They thrive when you allow yourself to connect with others who have your best interests at heart. Above all else, trust in the divine timing that orchestrates the unfolding of your life. Sometimes closure or resolution arrives sooner than expected. Other times, it unfolds slowly, teaching you patience. As you move forward, keep your heart soft and your mind open to the wonders of life's next chapter. The space you free up by releasing negativity and practicing forgiveness can be filled with blessings and lessons that align with your highest potential. So, hold tightly to this truth. You are never alone on this winding road. Your angel walks beside you, whispering words of encouragement, reminding you of your strengths and cherishing your every victory. In your darkest nights, know you can turn inward and find the gentle presence, urging you forward, uplifting your spirit, and shining a light on your hopes and aspirations. Therefore, say this if you feel called. Thank you, manifesting angels, for everything you have done and continue to do. I claim this release of resentment and negativity today. I embrace forgiveness in my heart and welcome healing into my life. I am open to growth, to love, and to new beginnings. With these words, you offer gratitude to your angelic guides and affirm your readiness for renewal. Embrace their support and love, and trust that as you step into a future defined by compassion and forgiveness, you pave the way for a more fulfilling and harmonious life. May every day bring you closer to your truest self, surrounded by the radiant light of healing and infinite possibilities.